Hello, yes, it's Commander Lucosa again, and as you can hear, my cold has not let up one bit. In fact, it has now been confirmed that, like all men who have colds, I am indeed dying, and so there's a good possibility that you're going to hear a lot of endless coughing and spluttering throughout, and possibly even worse than that. But I will soldier on. I'll make no big deal about it, despite the fact I already have, and get on with another one of these things. So I'm back in GeForce Orbital, which means I'm back in Nehet. I bet you find that hard to imagine. And well, things have progressed a bit so far as my balance. And when I say my balance has progressed, I mean it's plummeted. Indeed, at the moment, I cannot afford my rebuy cost. I can't even afford it if I take advantage of the new, even greater loan available to you, which is 600,000. That will still leave me 284,000 short. So yes, I won't be taking the Python into any combat until I can get that done. However, there was an update yesterday which has resulted in bounties going up monumentally, combat bonds also going up monumentally, and most controversially of all, your profits from exploration has gone up. And I must admit that I am very much on the side of the explorers who have gone through the painful, unbearable tedium of doing this exploring in an attempt to get their rank up and make money out of it. And exploration, it's so badly done that whoever implemented it clearly he hasn't got the faintest clue about what constitutes a game, because at no point is exploring enjoyable or fun, which are surely the two main oh, here we go. Right, let's try that again. Enjoyable and fun are surely the two main points behind playing a game, and exploring offers you none of those things, and yet people have endured it. I mean, I've endured it long enough to reach Trailblazer. Now the amount you make has I think it's doubled. In fact, it may even be more than double. So those people who start exploring now will only have to do half as much to get the same rewards, and that really fucks me off. And indeed, it really fucks off a lot of people who have done a lot of exploring, and I totally agree with them. Now, if they backdated it so that everybody who's done exploring gets the same benefit, and therefore we might even get like a bit more credits and maybe even a higher rank, then that wouldn't be a problem. But they haven't done that. Indeed, they haven't backdated any of them. The only thing they backdated is where they have changed the price of 3 ships. They've lowered the price on the Vulture. It was 20 million. It's now just under 5 million. And if you ask me, that means they've gone from one extreme to the other. It's gone from being way overpriced at 20 million to now being ridiculously underpriced. I think it's like 4.8 million is stupidly cheap for a ship that powerful. Now granted, once its shields are down, it's a sitting duck. Its hull is pathetic and it's not going to take a lot of damage at all. Even if you put a whole slew of the new bulkhead armour additions onto it. But nevertheless, 5 million is far too cheap, or 4.8 million. They should have brought it down to 10 million. That's a decent price for it. The second ship that they brought down in price, shock horror, is the Further Lance. That's come down from 103 million, which was a fucking ridiculous price for it. It's now down to 53 million. So it's now slightly cheaper by 10 million than the Python that I have. I don't mind that price. That seems okay for a ship like that. Although, if you get it, you're not going to do anything other than combat in it. It's fucking useless for anything else. Which could be one of the reasons why they've raised the bounties and combat bonds by so much. And I'll show you in this video just how much they've raised it by. So the Further Lance has come down. The third ship that they lowered the price on is the Federal Dropship. Now, to be honest, they could have lowered the price on that thing down to like 20 credits and it would still be about as popular as genital herpes. But nevertheless, it's come down from, I think it was about 33 million, I think it's now come down to about 18 million, something like that. No one's going to want it, even you know, after that, but at 18 million, more people might be willing to give it a try, but I'm not one of them. So yes, those are the changes. Now, on the face of it, you'd think that the people who are going to benefit from those changes the most are casual players. But you don't have to think about it too long and too hard to realise that they're actually not going to be any better off than they are now. Because yeah, okay, they will benefit from getting credits quicker, but so is everybody else. So the people who play it for like hours on end, and as much as I hate to admit it, I seem to be one of them, we're going to be raising credits fucking hand over fist, while the casual players will be making more than they did, but they still won't be making anything like as much as those who play this a lot. So really, the casual player is no better off, despite it initially looking like he will be. I mean, granted, the casual player can now give the Vulture a try, I'd imagine. 4.8 million, it's not too shabby. It's, well, at that price it's a fucking steal, but you don't have to do an awful lot to be able to afford it. It's only, what, about 3.5 million more than the Type 6, so yeah, it's not bad. I mean, you get an enormously powerful ship for your money, and that's why I think it's overpriced, or underpriced I should say, way underpriced. I think it should be double the price it is. But anyway, that's enough of that. Let's get on to my stats, and as you can see, nothing has changed as far as any of our ranks go, whether it's Combat, Trade, Explorer, Federation, Empire or Alliance. They're all still the same as they always have been for a while now. Same with permits, they haven't changed either. Sold some land for Cheche and Achandar still. Someone asked me the other day why I keep pronouncing that system Fat Cheche. I do it for two reasons. Firstly, I do genuinely think that's how it's pronounced. Secondly, let's face facts, when you see it written out, it looks awfully like feces. So I'm not going to call it facis just to give people the satisfaction of, oh, you nearly said feces, yeah, fuck off. So that's why I call it faceche. Right, into statistics. Now, these statistics, which I thought were pretty good, a lot of them are now going to look like shit following this recent update. Current assets are 123.2 million. Credit spent on ships has gone up, you'll notice, to 110,229,912. Good reason for that, and I'll come to that in just a sec. Credit spent on outfitting has also gone up a hell of a lot. It's now 239.8 million. Credit spent on repairs is at 6.2 million. Credit spent on fuel has gone up, but only very slightly, but it's still at 1.8 million. On munitions at 136,000. Still only the one insurance claim. Now, combat, this is where what was originally decent figures are now going to look shit. 782 bounties claimed, and I've made 6,241,869. Nowadays, you'll get that much profit from destroying half that many ships. Same with the combat bonds. I've broken the 1 million mark, just 1,010,000, and to get that I destroyed 157 ships. Nowadays you'll get that for destroying half, less than half that. So it looks like I've made next to fuck all in profit as far as bounties and combat bonds go, when you see the values on them now. So that's fucking annoying. Assassination is still showing 0. I've given up with that fucking thing. Profit from assassination is 298,000. Highest single reward is still, it's shade under 25,000. Crime still 47 fines. 5 grand is the lifetime value. Still no smuggling. Trading, the market network is now at 93. 133.3 million is the trading profit. I have now traded over 150,000 commodities. The average profit is at 115,417. I am still pleased with that being an average. Trading hasn't been affected at all by this latest update, so I'm very pleased with that. The only way I could get it to go up significantly from there is if I get either a Type 9 or an Anaconda. The Type 9 I've written off, there's no way I'm going for that, but the Anaconda is obviously going to be the ship I'm aiming for after the Python here. Highest single transaction hasn't changed for fuck knows how long, it's still 331,500. And exploration systems visited, shock horror, it hasn't gone up at all. As soon as I got that Trailblazer rank I was like, fuck doing any more of that. So 232, and the profits from exploration is a pathetic amount nowadays for being, for visiting 232 systems. Now granted, you can visit 232 systems and have made 0, but let's be honest, if you visited 232 systems, some of them are going to have needed exploration. And you would have made a hell of a lot more than 2,036,075. You would have made well over 2 million having done that now. So, yeah, that pissed me off, that has. But then, a lot of things pissed me off, so there you go. Right, that is pretty much everything. Nothing else has changed. My loadout is the same. Yeah, it was in the last video I showed you. I replaced the 2 plasma accelerators for these 2 cannons because the heat problem is now way too much of an issue. So yeah, the plasma accelerator loadout is gone. Bye bye. Now, I am going to be heading to the resource extraction site, shock horror. I'm going to do it to show you just how much the bounties have changed. Once I've been there for a bit, I'll then head to Vulture, and hopefully the war is still going on there. Now, when I go to Vulture, hopefully I'll be into Python, which means I need to get just over 800,000 in combat bonds, just to make sure I've got the rebuy cost covered for it. Now you're probably thinking 800,000 in combat bonds, he's fucking mad. Well, yesterday I went to the resource extraction site, and I was only there for about 15 minutes, maybe a bit longer, about 20 minutes, and made 500,000. That's how ridiculous the combat bonds have gone up. You know, making 500,000 in no time at all. But I didn't go there in my Python, nor did I go there in my Viper. The Viper's gone. So what did I go there in? Well, I went in that. I finally found the Vulture. So let's get this ship selected. You'll notice now that when you are changing ship, the screen goes completely blank. And that has got quite a few people worked up when that first happened, because they were thinking, what the fucking hell's happened here? But here we are. This is the cockpit of the Vulture. Now, there's no two ways about it. The Vulture is a fucking ugly ship, but it does have a lot of decent features, which also explain why I think that for a ship that's 4.8 million, it's stupidly cheap. So we'll start off here. Now the first thing you'll notice is that while it does only have 2 weapon hardpoints, they are both large, so you can fit class 3 weapons. Now I've only got gimbal pulse lasers, but I use the word only advisedly. Believe me, this ship armed with gimbal class 3 pulse lasers will make short work of almost anything. Yesterday when I was in the resource extraction site with this ship, with this loadout, in fact no, not with this loadout, with a loadout worse than this, I took out 3 anacondas. An anaconda was the first enemy ship I found and the first one I took out. So yeah, this thing packs an almighty punch for its size. Now, I've got 2 shield boosters fitted. The A does the vast majority of the work, the E does virtually nothing, but it's there because, well, otherwise it's you telling me I wouldn't be doing anything, so at least this way it's giving me a little bit of extra protection. Then I have the point defense and the chaff launcher, which is pretty much standard for me. Now you'll notice that deployed I'm using 15.97 megawatts and there's 15.6 available. Power management on this ship is a bit of an issue, and that's best illustrated by the fact that I have an A4, so I have the best you can fit to this thing, and it's still not enough, so you've got to set power priorities. Now the good thing is that the cargo hatch alone is enough for this to be fine, and that's actually what I've done. I've switched off the cargo hatch completely, because as you can see I've got no cargo space at all. Max cargo capacity is 0, so this thing is not going to be doing any cargo hauling whatsoever. So the cargo hatch is never going to be used, so I was quite happy to switch that off rather than just set it to priority 5. So with that done, then my power issues are fine. So C5 thrusters, I don't really like going into any sort of action with C-rated stuff, as I think is quite clear by now. Someone in one of my videos placed a comment which I think sums me up perfectly, which is using a sledgehammer to crack a nut, and that's been my attitude in this game and in Frontier before it. You know, I get the biggest ship, I upgrade it the most I can, and then I suddenly think about, okay, now I might take on a few Eagles. You know, it's a bit over the top, but it works for me. Right, so anyway, C5 doesn't sound great, but believe me, those thrusters make this ship seriously manoeuvrable. This ship has no problems when it comes to manoeuvrability. It's up there with the Viper and the Eagle. Frameshift drive is a C4. The only reason it's a C4 is because this place doesn't have a D or E4. Yeah. So the C4 is the lowest class 4 it's got. I'm not going to be taking this ship anywhere, it's staying in the Nehet, so I don't need a decent frameshift drive. I don't know if I would get away with installing the E2. I mean, if I could, then great, I'd do that, because, you know, like I say, it's not going anywhere. It's just local. Light support is a D, which, as I say, always is. Power distributor is an A. I always want the A for power distributor, because I want to get the maximum life out of my weapons in particular. So I always go with those. Sensors A, just give me the max range. Fuel tank, this is another problem with the Vulture. It only has an 8-ton capacity, which is extremely small. So, well, it's just another reason for me to keep it around here, you know. I could reduce that even further to just a 4, because I highly doubt I will go into the resource extraction sites and then stay there long enough to have to refuel from the reservoir 3 times. So I may do that at another date. Shield generator, this is the latest upgrade I did. I did have a C5, I've now upgraded it to a B5. I haven't actually taken it out into combat with a B5 yet, so I don't know what difference it will make. But hopefully a decent enough one. And I have 3 of the hull reinforcement packages. Now, with the classing of these things, there are E's and D's, and I think that, yeah, that's all I've ever seen are E's and D's. I don't know if they go higher, if there are any C, B's or A's, but I've not seen any. So I've basically got D's in each of the 3 there that I can use. And then finally I got an A1 shield cell bank. The chances are a class 1 means it's going to do next to fuck all, but it's there as an emergency, you know. And finally, I would change the lightweight alloys, but they don't have any here, as you can see. So at the moment I'm still with the lightweight alloys, although I would like the military grade composite on this thing. I don't really know how I'm going to get those. Maybe if I take it, well, I'll have to take it to another high-tech system, which probably means going to, what's it fucking called? Okay, well, everywhere is going to be excess mass on this thing. Right, it would probably mean taking it to, what's the one down here? There it is. Kayakol. This place has an Anaconda, and it has the bulkhead upgrades for the Anaconda there as well. So if they've got it for an Anaconda, then surely they've got it for the Vulture. Oh, right. Well, that's a look around the loadout. That's how I have the module set up. As you can see, the cargo hatch is switched off, and that's why the usage is at 98. When it's switched on, it goes up to 102. So, and yet it says it uses 3%. Well, 98 plus 3% is not 102. So try and figure that one out. Yes, I know it rounds it down before you say. So I think that's shown you, well, far more than you're interested in. That's the fire groups, so the 2 pulse lasers together. I did have a heatsink launcher on this thing, but I have absolutely no heat issues with this ship at all. So the shield cell bank can actually be used as the secondary fire on the mouse. I mean, I have got the key binding for it, but you know, in fact, because I've got the key binding for it, what shall do is set the chaff launcher as the second fire. Okay, well, let's lock in our target if it will let me. Yeah, because I changed ship, it's no longer showing. Okay, let's return to the surface and get ready to go. Get the chance to listen to the Vulture's engine sound, which it's a bit of a mixed bag. In some places it sounds good, in others it sounds shit. I wish it sounded more like the Fer-de-Lance. The Fer-de-Lance is unquestionably the best sounding ship in the game. Right, anyway, here we go.
Ship released. Engines engaged. Landing gear retracted.
Not all that surprised he's clean. Right, now let's set the resource extraction site as the target. It looks like it's going to be on the dark side, so I may have to change it to the next one. Right, let's go.
Frameshift drive charging. 4, 3, 2, 1. Engage.
Oh, are you in? No, you're not in the shadow. Okay, that's not bad. We'll give that one a try. Oh, for fuck's sake. After this I shall write my last will and testament. Right, here we are. At least we are some 25 kilometres away. Those boulders are going to be a bit tricky to see. Now, the Vulture does have a bit of a speed issue. At max throttle there it's 229, which makes it slower than my fucking Python. And the max boost 359. Okay, so the boost is certainly better than the Python, but the cruising speed, or the max throttle speed, is not. However, the manoeuvrability absolutely is, so that more than makes up for it. Right. First ship in range is one that is doing some genuine mining, so he's not going to be a garlic phaser. Well, Mr. Garlic Phaser is okay. Let's sort out power, slow to attack speed, and deploy both our weapons.
Scan detected.
Yeah, he's okay. Fucking security. Well, he should be okay. Now this ship I do have the rebuy cost well and truly covered. So this will work out, no problem. Where the fuck are all the ships? Don't tell me this is it. I'm at the centre of the resource extraction site and there's fuck all no one here. Oh, here they are at last. These three are all okay. How about this bloke up here? Sidewinder coming in me, and that's why, because he wanted not an impressive first ship, but here we go. So his shields went offline in no time. Oh, I remember David Stubbs. Right, so he's down.
Target destroyed.
There's David Stubbs, he's in a Viper. There's no cargo, I haven't got any fucking cargo racks, you prick. Wanted.
Under attack.
I didn't see how much I got for the
Target shields offline.
Sidewinder. So there's no problems with the heat at all. So that's him dealt with. Now let's see how much I get for him. 43,259 for a fucking Viper. Right, where'd this come? Adder. In a bad way. Wanted. Down. So I got nearly 10 grand for him and I barely hit the fucker. There's one over here that looks promising. Him. And that's why. Okay, here's the green.
Target shields offline.
See, these class 3 pulse lasers, they do the business.
Target destroyed.
You may think, fucking pulse lasers, what a waste of time, which is what I was thinking. But, oh no, they are not a waste of time. Whoa! Fucking caught it a bit fine. Oh, another adder. Adders have a habit of being wanted around here. Not this one. Okay. Right up here. Not a lot going on around here. I might piss off to the next one. Asp is one I've already searched. Or scanned, I should say. Searched. So I've made 70,000 already and I destroyed what? 3 ships? Anyway, yeah, let's go to the next extraction site. There's not much happening in this one. Okay, let's go.
Frameshift drive charging. 4, 3, 2, 1. Engage.
Fucking hell, it always takes ages to get to when you have to go around the planet. Especially when you're as crap at this sort of flying as I am. Okay, let's check this one out. God, it's every bit as difficult to see your way around here as it was on the last one. And I'm even further from this site. Okay, let's at least get the weapons deployed. Oh, okay, nearly spoke too soon. This one's clearly okay, easy doing legit mining. No shields, which is always a great idea. Alright, here we go. Plenty of them coming in the range now. Not another fucking sidewinder, please. Yeah, okay. Type 7, well, he's certainly not going to be an issue. Yeah, he's fine. I think they're certainly keen to scan me. Fucking whole slew of them. Python, he's gonna be wanted. I'll bet you anything you like. Told you. My powers of prediction on every single one of my videos is just, you know, incredible. Every time I say it'll definitely do something, it does the other thing. Every time I say it definitely won't do something, it goes ahead and does it. It's just, I think it's just determined to make me look like a prick. And you know, I do a good enough job on that myself. I don't need any help from this fucking guy. Yes, Mark Allen. Heard that name before. Right, what's going on over here? An Anaconda, so that's the one that's going to be wanted, isn't it? Well, I've got a bit of help, so here we go. So I've got its shields down, because I'm no doubt I'm doing most of the damage to this fucking thing. We've already got it down to 50. And now I'm overheating. Well, it's only my lasers that are overheating. There you go, right, that's where I want it. It's down to 4. $109,000 for him. They're still firing on someone else. Some fucker over here. Python. Now I told you a Python would be wanted. It's just that it's not the Python I saw. Right, he's down. How much will I get for him? 82. So I've nearly made 200,000 here destroying 2 ships. Whereas beforehand, even when I was going up against Anacondas and Pythons and Imperial Clippers and the like, it was taking ages for me to raise 100,000. Well, I broke 100,000 with 1 kill. Okay, another Type 9. Oh, I'd love to destroy Type 9. I fucking hate those things, but it wouldn't be very good form to go around. David Attenborough, come on, give me a chance to kill David Attenborough, you fucker. These endless stream of boring natural history programs, I would have loved the chance to kill David Attenborough. But no, the game has to deny me that pleasure. Fuck it. There's not much out here either, to be honest. Am I going to be able to reach him in time? He's in a federal dropship. I'd love the chance to blow him up. Ah, you tot-spot. He ran. He's still around, but he's out of range of my scanners. There's no way I have to speed to catch him up. David Attenborough again. There's a Type 9 again. That's going to be... okay, I thought that was the other Type 9. Well, it looks like there's sod all happening out here. So, I mean, how much have I made? 262,000. I've done next to fuck all. I wanted to stay out here long enough to get, you know, the buyback, you know, covered for my Python, so I could then take it out to Vulture, but there's nothing here. I haven't got the chance to. It's all fucking goody two-shoes and see where the security forces have gone and see if there's any action like there is here. Now who's firing at what? Surely they weren't firing at him. No. Looks like whoever they were firing at has gone. Oh, an Anaconda. Go on, be the one. It is him. Right, here we go. I'll have a bit of you. Down to 46 before I open fire, so yeah, I quite fancy my chances of making a good few credits out of you. Oh, it looked like he was wanting to ram me. Down to 12, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, he's down. 102,000 for him. So those 2 Anacondas alone got me, what, about 228,000 was it? So anyway, how much I made now? 364,000. It's the most I've made in one video, and I've destroyed hardly anyone. massed around here. Again, why? What have they seen? Probably nothing, actually. So, Viper. Yeah, he's alright. Type 7. I'd love to tell us to blow one of those fucking things up as well. I hate Type 7s as much as I hate Type 9s. But it looks like there's nothing out here. So I'll have to do the video with the you know, trying to show the amounts in oh, it's another one. Well, a few more like this and maybe I will be able to cover the costs and then take the Python to Vulture. Weebles. So, Mr. Weeble, let's see if you wobble but don't fall down.
Under attack.
Down to 33. And then NG I need to check out. Oh, you fucking idiot. I think I got away with it though. It's his fault for flying in my path. He's going. $84,000 for him. Alright, NG is a Python. Python with no shields, so he's also a fucking idiot.
Under attack.
Yeah, he's going to be no problem. 0, so he's gone. 25,000 for him. So that is 475,000 made, so I'm close to $500,000 like I made last night. And I haven't had to destroy anything like as many ships as I would have needed to do in the past. It's not even close to the number. I mean, I've destroyed over 900 paying ships, either in bounties or in combat bonds, but so compared to people playing the game now, I haven't got next to bugger all for doing any of them. It does look like there is nothing more here though, so I am going to go back to the docking station, so I'm going to have to admit defeat with my idea, because this will get me into the 4 billions, but not quite enough to actually cover the buyback costs, so I'll have to do that on another video when I take the Python out to Vulture, show you the combat zones there, which are all high intensity, and how much you get in combat bonds now.
4, 3, 2, 1, engage.
I know I got over 200,000 when I was there yesterday, and I wasn't there long. So I mean, with you know, potential of making money like that, suddenly the further lance seems quite appealing. But I have no idea about its you know, jump capabilities or anything like that. And as it would be my main ship, I need to know if it will have the frame shift drive range and the power to cover the decent weaponry. Because apart from the one huge hard point, everything else it has is just mediums. It's got 4 of them, but they can only fit class 2s. And I'm not a big fan of class 2 beams. Class 3s are great, class 2s I don't think do a great deal. There's 2 reasons, actually 3 reasons why I don't have class 3 beam lasers on this ship. Firstly, the most important one, there aren't any at Nehet. Secondly, I think the heat they give off will be way too much for this ship to handle. And thirdly, I think the power draw for them will also be way too much.
Docking request granted. Landing gear deployed.
Well, I think I've overshot that a bit. I'm so not used to landing smaller ships like this.
Engines disengaged.
Okay, well I need to refuel because this one doesn't have a fuel scoop. Because it will never go anywhere near a sun. What's the integrity like? That's fine. Why am I checking the bulletin board? See, I should have done that. Oh, okay, that's bounty hunters. That's no good. That's for the war zone in Vulture, but that confirms that that war is still going on. That's traders, which I won't do. So there we go, 475,405, so not far off 500,000, and I wasn't there that long. So I have 4,112,321, and so I need about another 500,000. So that's not too bad. I'll be able to, you know, a couple of return trips from here to Chapsugabus in the Python, and that will have made that no problem. So what I'll do then, I'll do the Zotac war video on my own. Anyway, that's the end of this one. This is Commander Luke signing off.